why are you sagging if you are a straight man? Pull your pants up. Your man keeps going back into prison. Your man is like in love with prison. Babes, I might have to tell you something. You're not gonna like it. If you lived in your truth, if you wanted to be the feminine, go find your masculine. Go find the man that you want. I don't do that gay shit. Is it because you're gay and you want to try it? It's okay. A man is not going to talk to another man about how another man raped him. Men don't have that like deep emotional intelligence that women do, where if something happens to us, we're going to talk about it. We're going to dissect it. And in the army, that unfortunately doesn't happen. If I hurt your feelings because I told the truth, I don't know what to tell you other than just live in your truth, and the truth wouldn't hurt. Jumbo everyone, welcome or welcome back. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about, are you gay if you sag your pants? And a lot of men are in the closet or DL. So without further ado, let's get started. I already know the comments. I can already hear them. I can already hear the keyboard warriors just at it right now, calling me all types of names, but I just want to tell you this is a safe space, okay? And what we're not going to do is attack me, because not only am I looking at the history of things, but I'm using history to back up my claim. Therefore, you can't be mad. It's the history. And I'm genuinely asking like a real question. Like, I want to know from the men who say, are you gay? Like, and this is a question that I've been asking. Just because I'm nosy as hell. This is a question I've been asking to like random men I encounter when I see them sagging. I'm like, so why do you sag? It's kind of like I've been doing a consensus with everyone. Like, why do you sag? What inclines you to sag? Why are you not wearing appropriate clothing that fits you? And yes, this is a serious question of me asking, are you gay? But obviously it's in some generational things as well, which we're going to be talking about today. I don't discriminate. Also, I do have a right to talk about this just because I've been used as a cover before. And actually it's very interesting because I was just talking about almost like the history of like gay men and using black women as a cover, because we already know that black women are associated with masculinity. In a sense, a lot of gay closeted white men can use black women as their cover and get away with it because not a lot of people like to think about that. And that's where I just like, this is a personal experience that I'm talking about. And if you're gay, just say that. Like, we are in lore year 2025, almost 2026, which is actually crazy to say. But we are like, you know, pretty advanced as a civilization. Not really, but you know what I mean in terms of things that we have done, right? So just be gay. Like, it's almost like the saying, if all the boys want to be the girls, who gonna be the girls? Like, why do y'all want to be arguing with us? If you want to go argue with the man, go argue with the man, go be with the man. Like, ain't nobody stopping you. Anyways, that was my little tangent about that, because it's just like, oh my gosh, live your truth. Don't be mad at me. Don't blame me because I'm telling you to live your truth. Like, that's all I gotta say. And don't even sit up here and try to say that the gayest men are homophobic. They are the most angry, the most volatile about all of the things that they're spewing about the gay community when they really just want to be a part of it. They really just want to be in the community, but they can't because they don't want to live their truth, because they care so much about what other people think that they're not willing to do so. So they're going to keep spewing it, keep doing all that stuff in secret. But like I always say, the truth is always going to come out no matter what. Disclaimer, like I say in every video, we are working with natural lighting. Thank you very much. Anyways, you know, everybody experiments with their sexuality. And I think that's where a lot of closeted people like take it out on women, especially because they can't live their truth. So it's just like, sorry for me. I've lived my truth. I've tried it before. And yes, I'm going to be very vulnerable when I say this. Okay. A lot of people like to put me being gay on how I look, how I present myself, all that other stuff. And I have tried it with a woman, right? Because you know, a lot of people can't say like, oh, you can't say like you're gay, you're straight, whatever, if you haven't experimented. So yes, I've experimented. It's not for me. It's not for me. And that's where I know, unfortunately, I'm straight mixed in with a little bit of demisexuality. If you don't know what demisexuality is, we're going to read the definition right now. Demisexuality is a sexual orientation where a person only experiences sexual attraction after developing a strong emotional bond with someone. This means that while a demisexual person might appreciate someone's physical appearance, they won't feel sexual attraction until a deep emotional connection is formed. It is part of an asexual spectrum and does not depend on gender, though individuals can identify with other orientations like being straight, gay, or bisexual. Hello? So I think especially with my opinions on how I talk about sex, how my opinions on why I'm abstinent and why I choose to, you know, abstain from even having sex, because it's simply not worth it. So that's where I'm also saying, like, I don't even know who you are. A lot of people like to mask and cover who they are because they think that if they do something right that you're gonna fold, you're gonna go past your boundaries. Babes, it's strict over here. Stricter than strict. Man was talking to me, couple days, stopped talking to me, basically ghosted me, but you're gonna be posting on your story. I unfollowed you. I'm not chasing after you. I also know that the person that I meant for, the person whatever, we are grown ass adults. Communicate. So I'm not gonna be sitting here wondering, is he gonna text me? No, it's strict over here. Unfollow, on to the next. I don't have time for this stuff. So that's exactly why I'm saying, like, with me being demisexual, like it's saying I can associate that with being straight because it's like a part of the asexual spectrum. I've literally said that, like, I've been turned off by sex. I've seen how sex is used and just like all the ways that like people, I don't like misuse it. Like, I don't want to tell people what they should do with their bodies and everything in that sort. It's more of just like, there's no morals. There's like, I'ma just say it plainly, there's no morals when it comes to sex. We already know men will fuck anything that walks and women are shitted on for having sexual liberation, and it's just so whatever. So that at that point I'm just like, I'm gonna sit back and abstain. So that's where I appreciate, especially within that definition, it talks about I can appreciate like, ooh, that man's cute, like, and I can get a little horny. It's okay for me to get horny. That's natural. That's natural. But I'm not gonna fold. I'm not gonna fold because I don't know you. So that's where I'm just like, I have a right to talk about this because men have used me as a cover before. I'm not gonna expose anyone or out anyone, but we already know. That's all I have to say. So let's talk about it, and let's talk about the history on, are you gay if you sag your motherfucking pants? So with me saying that a lot of men do not want to live in their truth, this is how it kind of relates to sagging in a sense. We already know the first kind of history of sagging, at least from what I've correlated from the research that I'm doing, is that back then around the 70s and 80s, when a lot of children, especially black children, were getting their hand-me-downs from their siblings, so they didn't really have belts. A lot of their clothes would be ill-fitted and it would be so big that they would grow into it, wearing it for years on end. So eventually the pants would fit, but back then when they're a kid, it's not gonna fit. So this is kind of where sagging kind of has its one history where it's like deeply rooted in black culture and kind of like a generational thing. That's why I like to say it. You see a lot of black men today still sagging.
So I've seen people asking the question, why do black men always have their pants hanging off their butts? Why are they always sagging? Why are their pants always hanging low? And this could be a lot of different reasons, and I'll just tell you my experience from being younger to now being an adult. So when I was younger and I was sagging, it wasn't like purposely. A lot of my pants and clothes didn't fit. We got a lot of hand-me-downs. We got a lot of donation clothes, so we just had to wear what we had. And we also didn't have a belt. Belts are not too common in households, like in black communities and households. Usually only the mom has a belt, you know what I mean? And as we all know, belts don't fit all of us. They come in different sizes. So I think at least for me growing up, it was a lack of funding. We didn't have enough money for it. But as I got older, I started realizing like, I don't like having saggy pants, because I was getting into sports, I was moving around a lot, and I just didn't like the feeling of feeling like everything was saggy down low. And also one thing I think that a lot of people don't take in mind is that because your household may have a lack of funding, you buy clothes that are bigger, like clothes that will fit you for, let's just say 2 to 3 years. Let's just say 2 to 3 years. You buy clothes that will fit you for a while so that we don't have to buy you more clothes. So when they buy you clothes at that time, they're buying it big so that eventually you can fit into it. So, that's another reason why you got to think about it like that. Mind you, this is just for kids, right? I'm speaking of, this is how it was growing up. As for an adult, if you still have your pants sagging and hanging, that's completely on you. And that might also be a funding situation, so maybe they have hand-me-downs on, so it's situational based once you get older.
So that's kind of like the history that I look at it as in one aspect. On like, you're getting the hand-me-downs, you didn't really like have belts or didn't really have the means to keep your pants up, so you would just sag. Now let's go on to the other history on what I truly think is really like the truth. Trying to find the words, I'm like, And I also saw a video where this girl was basically saying signs that your man is a DL, but apparently it's a slur, so I'm not gonna say it, but she was saying a PONK, and it's basically men. Like signs that your man is and she's going through the list. I'll put a video in here.
10 signs your man is a punk. And this is coming from someone who had a baby with a punk. And I missed all the signs, but when I finally came to the realization that he was a punk, I found out he was a punk. I even met the hard brick body bitch that he was fucking on. It was insane. I have the credentials. So listen to me, sister. Number one, long ass bathroom breaks. You think he's in there texting a bitch? No, niggas will text the bitch in your fucking face. You will be sitting on his chest, laying on his chest, and he will text the bitch in your face. He's not in there cheating with a nigga. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He cheating on you with a nigga, not a bitch. ED, he give you that good schlong dong a good 2 to 3 times. All of a sudden, his dick stop working. Punk. Number 3, he will try to say that you smell, even though he knows that you wash your good cootie pop every motherfucking day and night. He'll try to say that your pussy smells because he's used to the smell of a booty hole. Number 4, if he's a bum and he's comfortable living off you, bumming off you, he a punk, sister. Number 5, he comes to your house and he starts to break shit, starts to try to like break everything you got. You think it's just him hating. No, he's hating. He wants to be you, but he's mad as fuck because you're not a man. If you were a man having more than him, he would be perfectly fine with that, sister. But since you're a woman, that's not gonna fly. This is tailored more so for the black men. If a black man has dyed his hair blonde, if he beating your coochie down, like, I'm not talking about some y'all making love, getting into it, motherfucker go fast and slow. No, if he straight jackrabbiting your shit, hitting the bottom with every stroke, beating it down, putting you down, putting you on. You know who else he putting down? They punk down the street, sister. Trust me. You find him always being rude and mean to you, but then he get on the phone with his homeboys and he turn into the nicest little punk sissy bitch you'd ever. Punk. If he talk to you like normal, and then every time he get around his homeboys, get on the phone with his homeboys, he, yeah, bro, yeah, what's up, like, that's a punk, sister. That, why you, like, what, that's a punk, sister. If he in the military, 8 times, I'ma just say 8 times, 8 times out of 10, that's a fucking punk, sister. That's a punk. If he in the military, trust me, I did 5 years, sister. If he in the military, that's a fucking punk. And last but not least, if he put his hands on you, or threaten to put his hands on you, or if he call you out your name, that's a fucking punk, sister. Punky, 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 yeah, punkiana. Trust me, sister. Trust me. 10 signs that your man is a punkiana, sister. This ain't no ifs, ands, or buts. This shit is not up for debate. I will not argue with you. After years of putting my pussy on the line for this shit, I done had a baby behind this shit. Look, trust me. If he a wrestler or play football, punk. The other sports, I'm not really too keen on that. I think baseball too, but wrestling, football, punkiana. He wear a man purse, punk. He in some sort of organization, so fraternities. Them fuckers that start with that M, I ain't gonna say too much on that. You know. Punks. If he in and out of jail, that's a punkiana, sister. That's the punkiest of punks. Men are supposed to take care of their hygiene, take care of themselves, but he's overly invested in it, like a pretty bitch. That's a punk, sister. Tries to embarrass you in front of people, punk. Always trying to gaslight you, that's a punk. If you catch a nigga staring at you too long and he looking at you like this, 10 more signs as promised that your man is a punk. Once again, got my list. Y'all cannot see my list, but yes, let's start off strong. And remember, y'all, I'm going live tonight. I'm off punishment. But anyways, if a man cannot buy you shit, if he say, I'm not buying a bitch shit, can't buy a bitch shit, like NBA Youngboy got a song, he say, ain't giving a bitch shit, spend it all on my homie. He also spent 20 mil to get his homie out of jail. Now, what y'all, punk. If he tell you that he not a simp, that's a punk. If he turned red pill, you know all this, oh, I'm a macho man, high value, fuck bitches, da, da, da. That's a punk, sister. That is a punkatron. If y'all get into arguments and then he start hitting himself, first off, he's showing you what he'd do to you. Second off, that's a punk, bitch. That is a punk. Trust me, that's a punk. If you start, when you dating him and he starts to drain the life energy out of you, like, I'm going to post pictures of me when I was dating that punk versus when I got away from that punk. That's a punk. That's a punk. A straight man, yes, they all drain your energy, but not like how a punk do. I'm telling you, if you start looking like a fucking dead zombie because of a punk, that's a punk. Shifty eyes. You talking to a motherfucker, they can't look at you, it's because that's a punk, bitch. That's a punk. If his whole playlist is stuffed packed full of rappers, full of drill rappers, and don't forget Kevin Gates, and that nigga, that's all he listened to, that is a punk. Punks are always angry for some odd reason. If he tells you that your period is nasty, you a nasty bitch for having a period, all this shit, that's a punk, sister. We're women. We all know. Men and women alike know that women have periods. If he tells you that you're disgusting for having one, or that you're disgusting while you're on it, that is a punk, sister. That is queen punk. Get away from that punkisha. Ugh. If he refuses to introduce you to his friends, it's not because he's scared that they might try to be on there. It's because he don't want all his girlfriends to mix and collide. Punk. If you find yourself in a triangulation, because see, punks love to do this. Punks love to triangulate. Punks will let the bitches argue and fight it out about them. Niggas that just be cheaters, straight men that are cheaters, they will tell they side pieces, listen, don't you bring that shit to my woman, my girlfriend, my wife, whatnot. They're just cheating. Punks, they want y'all to get into it about them. Ugh. If he won't post you, that's only if you want to be posted. If he don't post you and you want to be posted and you've expressed that to him, he is a punk. That is a punk. He is a punk. Last but not least, but this is so obvious, but y'all keep wanting me to mention this. Yes, sister. If he has dangly earrings, sister, that is a punk. That is the most obvious sign, especially if it's the cross dangly earrings, sister. That is a punk. That's the most obvious sign, but y'all want me to say it so much. Dangly earrings equals punk.
And I think it just goes to show there are so many different examples of men being DL, and that's why I'm saying men don't want to live in their truth. Anyways, the second kind of history on men sagging was in the prison system. If you were gay or if you went that way, let's be real, you sagged your pants to, I guess, show that you were available in that sense. And that's where, in my mind, which is why I'm asking the question on are you gay if you sag, because of the history in prisons with men sagging, that being kind of an excuse as to it molding and it coming out into the real world, because it's also why are you sagging if you are a straight man? Pull your pants up.
The same niggas that were bullying me in middle school were the same niggas that were sagging every day too. So I'm confused. I'm gay because I like show tunes, but you're not gay because the only thing veiling your ass from the outside atmosphere is a thin piece of cotton? What happens if you snag yourself on a doorknob? Then your hole's just out and about, but I'm gay. Okay.
So that's why I'm genuinely asking the question, are you gay? Because in prison, that's what they did. And what do men do when they come out of prison? They're going to kind of adapt some of those qualities that they had in prison, bring it out to the real world. And let's be real. A lot of men who go into prison are allowed to live their truth. They are. Some men, don't get me wrong, they are raped, sexually assaulted, sexually harassed, basically, in all aspects in jail. But there are other men that go there and they're like, what the fuck? I got all these men around, come on now. Even I don't even want to say too much, but just from the shows that I've watched, seeing that stuff, even the guards are in on it. The men too. So that's why I'm just going into prison, and then your man keeps going back into prison. Your man is in love with prison. Babes, I might have to tell you something. You're not gonna like it. There are so many signs that you have to watch out for, and that's why pull your fucking pants up. It's almost why are you purposefully buying pants that aren't fitting you? No, because it's not even they're purposefully doing it. Y'all are buying it with sweats that fit you. Pull your fucking pants up. That one video of the, I'm pretty sure it was the dad who smacked his kid's ass or something like that, was pull your pants up. Ain't nobody, whole two butt cheeks just out like that. Put that shit away, bro. You're a kid. I don't want to be looking at your ass.
Look at that boy with the clean braids. Look. What? You always want to show you always want to show your butt. I'm gonna take a picture. I'm gonna put it on Instagram. Look at this. Butt always out. Look at that. Butt always out. That's your butt, man. This you. That's how your butt be hanging out. Put your butt up, man. That's what you got a belt for and pants. Put your butt up. I'm posting this. You want somebody to see your butt? I'm gonna put it on Instagram. I'm gonna tag you too so you get a whole bunch of likes. We gonna see how much you like to show your butt. Look, it's still out. Look at it. Look at it.
Have no decency, pull your pants up. I'm not gonna say it again. So yes, I'm going to continue doing my little survey asking these men, why do you sag? Why do you feel the need to just have your whole ass out? And I know that there's like limits to it, right? You got like a little bit of the sag, you got like mid butt, and then why is it underneath your fucking ass cheek? That's the question that I'm asking. Why are you showing your whole butt in underwear? But if I as a woman did that, then everybody's looking at me like she's a slut. So what are you? So if you don't want me to ask you the question of are you gay? Is that why you sag? Are you gay? Like, why are you gay?
Why are you gay?
Oh my, that was perfect. Why are you gay? Like dead ass. So if you don't want me to ask you that fucking question, pull your pants up. Cause y'all seem to get heavily offended when I ask that question. The fuck? All right, moving down really quick. I know a lot of men are DL. We all know a lot of men are DL. And you know, once they finally stop using you as a cover and go on to live their truth, they're so much happier. Have you not seen a straight man who hates his fucking life, who then just comes out as gay and is living his best fucking life? Hello? Like, come on. You holding that secret in. That's why I will never understand people who live for the validation of others. Not everybody, to plainly say it, has fucking confidence. Like, I don't know how to say it. It's not gonna happen for everyone, but bro, the way to be confident is to live in your fucking truth. Like, that's why y'all see me. I will double down on a fucking opinion. In my other video, Humiliationships, the comments versus on YouTube and TikTok for people who actually can watch a 30-minute video on my opinions and why I have the opinions that I do, mainly agree with me. If you go on TikTok, these people here 50-50 and they're trying to rip me to shreds. And a lot of those men are DL because they want to be taken care of. They want to be the feminine. Don't you remember when men went to war? Why do you want me to pay for the bills? And I'm not even gonna get into it like that because again, the keyboard warriors are going to come for me. But it's more of just like, if you lived in your truth, if you wanted to be the feminine, go find your masculine. Go find the man that you want. It's okay, babe. And this is why I don't be appreciating that religion shit too, because a lot of Christian men will sit there and use Christianity, but then when you start watching the documentaries and people doing their fucking testimonies talking about, yeah, he was gay and he was touching me ever since I was a child. Like, live your truth. I don't know how many times I gotta say that. So that's why I'm just like, you're using religion to condemn other people about your homophobia. And then we already know in the Bible, so many people try to use that Bible verse where it's like, so the interpretation was basically man shall not lay with boy. Are we confused on the different ages? Sorry, I'm not Megan. What the fuck is her name? Megan Kelly or something like that? Where she's literally saying like, oh, it's not like Epstein was into little boys. He was into 15-year-olds. Hello? It doesn't matter. Oh my God, how do we get here? I'm trying to like get back to the point. Whoa, I went like completely, oh, Christianity, we made it back. We made it back to the point. So that's where I'm just basically saying like, I'm so sick of people using Christianity as a cover. You're being even more homophobic when you join Christianity and being like, well, that gay shit, I don't do that gay shit. Is it because you're gay and you want to try it? It's okay. It's okay, babe. It's okay. Like, that's all I gotta say. Also, why do you think Russia's trying to blackmail Trump right now, talking about, oh, do you have the pictures of him sucking baba? Yeah, that's where I'm just like, oh, as I'm watching Scandal right now, there's a lot of stuff where I'm like, this is scary. It's getting scary. The election rigging. I'm not gonna say anything, but that sounded pretty familiar. Wow. A lot of shit goes on in the government that we really don't know of, and we shouldn't be surprised when things like this come out because I've been saying it fucking years. Trump has been associated with Epstein. It's not that hard to see that the nigga was on the flight logs. Like, let's use our critical thinking skills and look up research that is easily available on Google. That's why I'm like, I have a video, I still need to make it, but Google is so fucking easy and people seriously lack critical thinking skills where they have like no efforts to go and research what their question is. Like, I don't understand it and I will never understand it. Y'all gonna call me out for this one, but I don't care. A couple signs that man is gay. Always wants to do anal. Why? Why you always want to do butt stuff? Why you always just go get a man to do that butt stuff with? Okay, is it because that's who you really want to be with? They always want to do butt stuff. They're fucking multiple women. Like, if a man cannot like at least have one consistent side bitch, like damn, like you don't like fucking nobody. If they just be fucking like babes, they're really just wanting to go fuck that man. They're trying to see if they can outfuck the gay in them, but they really can't. So it's like, stop fucking women and just go fuck that man that you really want to. Embarrassing you, calling you out in front of his friends, wanting to hang out with his friends more than he wants to hang out with you, pedestalizing his friends, always caring about what his friends, it's always friends. Like, damn, I didn't know your friends were in our relationship. Multiple baby mamas, being in the military/Navy. Don't even get me started. And I'm already, oh my God, don't get me started, because, you know, in the military, and this is why I say too, like, a lot of men will rape women in the military because they fight back. They're not going for that shit. Like, do not try to even whatever. Women will fight back, and unfortunately a lot of women will get raped in the army or sexually harassed, assaulted in some type of way. The thing with men though is a lot of men don't speak out. So this is where you see some men living out their, you know, sexual fantasies, doing stuff with men, because it's like, they're not going to talk about it. A man is not going to talk with another man about being raped. I'm going to say that again. A man is not going to talk to another man about how another man raped him. Men don't have that like deep emotional intelligence that women do, where if something happens to us, we're going to talk about it. We're going to dissect it. And in the army, that unfortunately doesn't happen. So of course, yes, the rape rate in the army with the women is definitely up there. And so it is with the men. Men in power, men of authority, like, they don't want to live their truth, tend to take it out on other people. And other people have to suffer the consequences for that. Y'all also know the saying where they say, you send 100 men off in the Navy, you're going to come back with 50 couples. They're not joking when they actually say that. Can you just imagine all that testosterone, all that just like men energy? If all the boys want to be the girls, who gonna be the girls? Like, you come back with 50 couples and you're trying to argue with me? So now that we've made it to the end of the video, this was a genuine question that I have. Why do so many men sag their pants? And when you sag your pants, are you gay? Why are you gay? Are you gay? Genuinely. Or just like genuinely put it down in the comments below. And I don't want to hear the excuse, oh, it's more comfortable. Because how is showing your ass to the world comfortable? Because baby, it's giving Beyond Scared Straight, when I don't even remember, it was like, I want you. Like, that show showed me everything I need to see as a child, okay? If you haven't seen Beyond Scared Straight, Chef's Kiss. That's what I was watching as a kid. That was my question for this video. Don't get offended. Put your opinions down in the comments below and we can have a civil discussion. That's really all I gotta say. If I hurt your feelings because I told the truth, I don't know what to tell you other than just live in your truth, and the truth wouldn't hurt. Thank you. Anyways, I think I have yapped enough. I really hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye, y'all.